I just wanted to hop on here and share an experience that I had when I was younger. I actually got to go and meet the governor of Idaho. We had this whole constitutional convention. We got to do a bunch of fun things there inside of the government house as I was homeschooled, and that was one of the things we did. But the key point of when I met the governor of Idaho was it just was the most almost uneventful experience, a nice Tuesday afternoon. And what I found was, man, this guy is just like me. He's just another human. He puts his pants on one leg at a time. Sometimes we see these politicians, we see these great business leaders, we see other people we look up to, and or podcasters, entertainers, whatever it is, and we think, oh man, it'd be so cool to meet this person, and it would be cool. And we don't want to steal their thunder in this statement. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I am saying is they're just average, ordinary people, and most people who make it to that level, they either have a massive ego, or most of them are just they are people who decided to do something. They felt like something was important enough to put their whole life into it, and they did it, but they suffer from a massive amount of imposter syndrome where they just are normal people. They know they're just normal. So when you go up to them and you treat them like they're not normal, you treat them like they're this greatest thing since sliced bread. Most of them don't even believe that about themselves. Most of them are so focused on achieving their greatness that they always feel behind their greatness. And they don't see that as a negative, like they're for them, but they see it as how much potential they have and how much potential they could get if they just were a little bit more focused, if they just had a little bit more intention. And so they're looking for how do they make the most out of their life. And that's what's so fun about this whole experience of becoming and transitioning into who we are. When we get the opportunity to grow and become more ourselves, then we get to see that gap. And I learned that lesson from meeting a governor of a state. I also met Ron Paul on his presidential campaign. And I thought, man, this guy's so cool. I love his values. I love everything he stands for. And then you go meet him, and it's not to diminish any of those things I said I love about him, but he's just a normal human. He talks to you like a normal human. He's just interested in normal things. They all like ice cream. Not really. I don't know if they all like ice cream, but you understand what I'm saying. They all like the same normal human desires, and they're not special. They just decided to do something special. They just decided do something remarkable. And I think that if we can allow that to influence our behaviors, then it really puts an insight. What could we accomplish if we just set our mind to it? If we just decided, today is worth it. Today is worth giving it our all. It's worth putting all the effort in to become our absolute best self, because one day we might be surprised when we look back behind us and say, wait, where did I come from? What was I able to accomplish? We may be able to find that those things are possible for us. So when we think about our financial life and what's possible in our financial life, they say most people overestimate what they can do in a year, and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. They underestimate the value of daily consistent action. They say this DCA, or dollar cost averaging, in society, but really it's just daily consistent action. Okay. TVM, time value on money. That's another financial term that they try and like almost overcomplicate. What is it? It's just time viewed in the marketplace. When we talk about interest, what is interest? Well, you could think of interest in a financial sense, or you could think of interest like being interested in somebody. Do you allow people to be interested in your life? I mean, there's all of these areas where we have so much growth and potential that if we're willing to just look and say, okay, what am I willing to do on my best time to help people think what's way far out of my league, and what could I accomplish if I just got consistent? And then go to somebody who you trust, who you believe has already made it, and ask them, what are the daily consistent actions that I need to be doing absolutely every day that will ultimately build and compound into the life that I want? Because it's not about leapfrogging or jumping up to those places. It's about building consistent systems. Systems, another acronym for that is save yourself time, energy, and money. And I'm sure I'm stealing all this from other people, but they're things that have become axioms in my life as far as how have I achieved what I've achieved? What have I been able to accomplish through daily consistent action? Okay. Allowing myself to be viewed in the marketplace, not just the wonderful things, but all of the things. If you follow me on social media, if you subscribe to this channel, you're going to see all of Sam's life. You're going to see the times I've struggled. You're going to see the times that I've really been successful and my big wins, but you're all going to see my low lows as well, because it's all part of the same storyline. Nobody wants to go see a movie that's only great things. Everybody wants to see a movie with an awesome villain, a great story arc where people go through redemption and come back, and you end up loving the villain, and you end up hating the hero, and then by the end of it, you kind of just understand people, because inside of your life, most of us are both. We're both the hero and the villain of our own superhero story. And it really just comes down to the people that you think are way out of your league financially. They're way out of your league in those areas. They're making the same human decisions that you make on a daily basis. The only difference is they got focused on it and you haven't yet. So, with that being said, I appreciate your time today. And I'm so excited for you to join the channel, subscribe, and see all the other things that we're going to be digging into as far as that hidden script behind your head that's telling you you're not worthy about whatever it is. Maybe it's money, maybe it's other things. That script is running behind in your mind. And if we can shift that just a little bit, we can completely change the trajectory of where you're headed in life. Have a great day.